Well, good morning. It's Longhaultanker, straight razor shaving with Longhaultanker, and it is Thursday, the 2nd of February, 2023 at approximately 0940 Eastern Time. And we are at the Luz truck stop in Marshall, Michigan, nearly said Texas. Had a shower, getting ready for the shave, and so let's introduce the equipment first. If you're watching me on YouTube, I say thank you. Hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment if you so wish. I read everything and reply to most everything. And go on over to the Shaving Cadre, www.theshavingcadre.com, and join in the good conversation and the good camaraderie with us good people over there. You'll find people like Handlebarber Dave and Major Rich, Nurse Dave, and Bill M, who's had some interesting things to say recently, and Cutthroat Journey, Shooting the Shave, Scuttle Soap, and Lukey 3262, also known as Matt. So come on over, join the conversation. Sunday Zoom call coming on Sunday. I don't know why I've been overly excited about this upcoming Zoom call, but I kept looking for the list yesterday. I gotta sign up, I can't miss it. So that was fun. I even shot Barber Dave a note and said, "Where's the list?" Our equipment for today this is a very sentimental, to my heart, razor that we're going to use this morning. It is a Weight & Butcher celebrated. On the front, it also says extra hollow ground razor. Now, I don't know if this was made this small intentionally, but it's smaller than 5/8, right around a 4/8. I don't know if it was one of those that was rusted out and somebody ground it down. I got a feeling it was made this way because I have seen others, but I'll tell you the story behind it in just a minute. And there's also a fairly considerable, noticeable bow from toe to heel, and it curves to the back up to the toe, so you got, and so this was my first real challenge. It was I call this my Christmas razor. I found it on eBay. I sent the link. I was just getting started, Christmas 2015, and I sent the link to my wife, and I said, "I'd really like to have this razor." Never heard another word out of her about it, and no permission to spend the money, didn't hear nothing. Anyway, come Christmas, here was a gift. I opened it up, and one package leads to another package, leads to another package, and one inside of the other. And finally got down to it, and here was that razor that I wanted. It was my first Weight & Butcher. I was so excited. And then I had to figure out how to hone it. It was finished on a Zulu gray, but I took it up through the Shapton Glass series, and it was significantly enough bowed that I didn't want to try and flatten it out, which I'm not opposed to doing for you guys that say, "Oh no," tap and wobble tests and all that. And I'm not opposed to doing that if it's not too bad of a situation. And after all, the goal and objective is to get them into shaving shape, in my opinion. And so if you want to go flat with them, go flat with them. I've done that to a couple of razors, and I will admit mostly gold dollars, but and I can't think of off the top of my head any of the vintage or new production razors I've done any such thing to, but I'm not opposed to it. If it suits the razor, and that way you don't have to worry about the bevel angles ever again, because you've done the work necessary to get the bevel flat. And so, but anyway, this one was it was enough out of sync that flattening it would have just been awful, just been awful. And so I sought some counsel. I made some phone calls. Back then, 2015, I'm just getting started. And so who to call? Who am I close enough to? Who am I friendly enough with that I can call and get such advice? And so I just jumped in and did it. And the advice I got was good, and ended up learning the rolling X stroke. You know, for your first time on such a razor as this, you know, it was, I won't say it wasn't a challenge, because it was a challenge, but I took my time, and in 2 or 3 sessions of honing, it got it suitable enough that I felt comfortable enough with the edge that I'd make these little test shaves, you know, after each session, you know, well, it's cutting hair all the way up and down the edge. Let's give it a try. And it worked out fine. My brush for today is the Stirling Soap Company 26 millimeter bulb knot. I'm not sure if this is premium silver tip, Badger, Super Badger, Best Badger. It costs about $60. And so my guess is, as thick and rich and full as this brush is, it's probably Best Badger. Yeah, Best Badger. It's not going to be Super Badger. It's not going to be Premium Silver Tip Badger. It does have wonderfully gelled tips. I know I've had this thing for a long time now, probably going on 5 years, 5.5 maybe. I've got pictures of it when I first got it, timestamped, so I could look if I wanted to, but it was one of my early purchases. And the soap this morning, we're continuing on with the Rambin man from Stirling Soap Company. It's my second usage of this on the road. I did use it at home a couple of times and I bought these. You may remember I bought these, all of these Man series from Stirling Soap back in the, sometime after April, sometime after my Oregon trip, you may recall. And I'm just, you know, you work through them one at a time. I take them with me on the road. And what more can I do to get through them faster, except maybe retire, which I'm not opposed to. The water in the shower this morning was not as hot as it could be. The water in the bowl is plenty hot. Funny how that works. I've got 36 hours growth on my face this morning. And that kind of leads me where, you know, what do you talk about? You do videos every couple of days, you know, what do you keep talking about? You can go over the same stuff all the time. Beginners, you know, angle, pressure, honing, and all that's good and necessary and important. But after a while, after 203 videos, you know, so I'm in Marshall, Michigan. I'm headed to Port Hope, Ontario. I am 7 hours away. I'm 2.5 hours away from Capac, Michigan, which is the last Love's truck stop before getting to the Canadian border. My load has been registered with customs and I'm cleared to pass. I'm going to stop and do my last fueling in the U.S. At the Love's at Capac, Michigan, top up all my fuels before I go in. I'm going to do a quick rest break just because at the what they call the en route in Cambridge, Ontario. And I know that my receiver my consignee has got on-site overnight parking, and I know right where it's at, I know right how to get there. And so what I've done the last few times that I've been there, is I just drive in and go to a place in the back of the building where they, told me to park. And apparently I'm the only one that does that. But I'll get in there. I'm in no hurry. They close up. The tanker division closes up at 5 o'clock. And so I'll get in there after they close up. Now they have quite a schedule of business with the big trucks, box vans coming in with supplies and orders and such like all night long, but I'm going to be on the opposite side of the building. I go in where they all go in, and then I go ahead and drive on around to the back of the building, and they have the dry vans, cargo vans, have their dock area on the side. I go past that and around to the back of the building, and that's where I will find my parking. And so I made mention in the last video of having done a couple of 24-hour shaves at home on Saturday and Sunday, and then my last shave on video was a 48-hour shave, which led to a question coming in, and I thank the sender. Which do I prefer, 24 or 48? And it was kind of funny on Saturday and Sunday when I did the 24-hour shaves. It was like, what's the phase of the moon in, because my whiskers just took off. And I didn't want to go to work on Monday morning. Having shaved on Saturday, I didn't want to go to work on Monday morning with a face full of whiskers, so I shaved Sunday night. Well, late afternoon, I was done by 5 o'clock. But generally speaking, my favorite interval of time between shaves is 36 hours. Right here, what we're doing now, from the last shave, night before last, to a day and a half later. but schedule-wise, 36 hours is just, it's not practical for me. And so that, you shave one night, you drive the next day, that next night comes along, you got 24 hours starting to come along, and maybe, I'd like to wait till the morning, but you can't wait till the morning, and so, because you're driving, I'm working, I'm driving. And so you wait 48. And so generally that makes for a little bit thicker beard, makes for, did you see where I pinched myself right there? It makes for maybe a little more entertaining. I mean, listen to us. Who would talk about length of whiskers and what's entertaining? An odd group we are. And perhaps one of the most manly groups that there is, working, shaving with straight razors, working with honing stones, which have other applications as well. And so my delivery's at 0800 tomorrow morning. I'll be on site. They'll come and get me when they're ready, as they usually do. I'll be parked. As the guy says to me, when I see one of your trucks sitting in that spot, I know that it's you. I know it's you, because nobody else parks there. Even though I tell them, you can park there if you want to, but you're the only one that ever does it. Well, okay, it suits me. So I get a 36-hour shave in this morning. My next shave will probably be tomorrow night after I get out of Canada, after I make delivery. And so that'll be another 36-hour shave at Capac, Michigan. I'll stop there, likely stop there. I may push on depending upon time and that's because it's from Port Hope to Capac is approximately 5 hours, approximately. I buzzed my head this morning with the clippers. So I got a little bit of a haircut, and I do that every 4 or 5 days. And I carry a set of clippers in the truck with me. Keep them handy. Got a set at home, got a set in the truck. Showers are not very busy this morning, so it was easy to get one right off the bat. Didn't have to wait. It is cold here this morning. I'd say it's in the high 20s maybe, or mid 20s. I didn't check it when I came in. other than that little bit of nick right there and blood, getting a good shave this morning. From my Christmas razor, from my sweetheart. And so if all goes well tomorrow, I should be back to the Lowe's at K-Pack. By 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And if that's the case, I might push on the extra 3 hours to Angola, Indiana. Put me in there at 6. They got plenty of parking. And if you listen to me very long, you know that that's the #1 goal of most truck drivers, if not all truck drivers, is once they start moving the truck in the course of a day, where am I going to park tonight? That's the only thing that matters. Don't tell me about what time I've got to be there. Don't tell me about what I got to do. All I care about is where am I parking the truck at the end of the day? Can you hear that music playing in the background? Makes you wonder if I'm going to get a copyright violation. Environmental music over which I have no control, and I get a copyright violation. Go figure. Now, uploading this video is going to be a trick and a challenge. I got to transfer it from my iPhone to my iPad, which is normally not a problem. And once I have it in my iPad, I can edit it in iMovie and save it as I do, and then bring it into YouTube and do my final little bit there and upload it. But I got to do all this while I'm moving. I'm going to edit it and get it saved. Well, I'm going to edit it and start the saving process before I depart. And then once I have it into YouTube and do those little final preparations there, then I will start it to uploading, and then I will depart here and commence driving. That'll be fun. Rather than come down square across that neck, I came down diagonally across that neck and did not re-injure or harm it any further. If I'd come down straight, run the risk of the edge catching in the gap there and creating further damage. Not bad at all. The more I can get off like that, the less challenging the fool's pass will be. Yeah, this Rambin man's got a real pleasant scent to it. Very nice. As I said in the last video, I don't know if it's an homage to some cologne. It probably is, but I don't know that. Though the edge on this blade feels very much like a Zulu gray to me. It's very smooth, it's very sharp. When it comes across, it just glides. That's one of the things I really like about the Zulu stone is that you hardly know it's sharp until you cut yourself. It's just like it wipes across the skin with no resistance. It just feels good.
Customer 42, your shower is ready. Please proceed to shower
I was trying to figure out how to go across that nick without further injuring it, and I figured it out. I didn't want to come, as I say, I didn't want the edge to come bearing down, what is that, 90-degree angle across it.
Customer 42. Your shower is ready. Please proceed to shower 6.
But rather diagonally across it, or at some angle that's not 90 degrees, so it doesn't hit it square on. That's what I was trying to figure out right there in that moment. Yeah, once I left Matthews, Missouri yesterday and got through that first little bit of snow and ice, when I crossed the Mississippi River Bridge into Illinois on I-57, roads have been good. Even though we've had freezing temperatures. When I leave here this morning, I'm going to take Marshall, the Loves here, sits on I-94. I'm off of I-69 by a couple of miles to the east, and so it's just a little off my general route, what's 2 or 3 miles to get to a good truck stop. And so I will get on 94 west and go back to 69, take it north, and then so I'm going to go through Lansing and Flint and get the K-Pack, and then Port Huron.
Customer 43, your shower is ready. Please proceed to shower 7.
And over the Blue Water Bridge. And then get on the Ontario 402, get to, what is that, London, and that merges with the 401. Yep, I think that did it. Okay, let's take a look at that, wash it off, do some final strokes. Let's do a quick check of the sideburns. Yep, okay. Right, we're done with the Wade and Butcher. And let's see. Yes. This is a pre-1891 Wade and Butcher, 4/8, between 4 and 5/8. Does not have the word England on it. All the stamps are sharp and clean. Well readable. All right, we'll set this aside. Do my post-shave cleanup when I get back to the truck, as usual. Let's do the head shave. Head shave here. That's an audio marker. I'm going to use the gold $1.66, which is what I'm using this week for my head shaves. It's my head shave razor I brought with me, dedicated to that purpose. Don't typically use a vintage razor on my head shaves. I always like driving after, or driving, after I've done a shave, because I sit in the seat and do my driving and rub my face. I will let that go for a couple days. I'm not satisfied with that spot right there. All right. I'm starting to feel the pressure to get going, nearing the end of my shave. And I've been in here for over 2 hours. That feels great. All right, let's do the neck and we will be done. I just threw my brush down in the water to let it soak and get all the soap out. Not yet. I was waiting for that to happen too. Yes. Annoys me. So much for their millions of dollars worth of electronic equipment that they outfitted the doors with their electronic locks and reporting system. It just irks me. Can't even tell. And what some of the Love's truck stops have started doing is they put these deadbolts in the door that have the green, red for occupied and vacant. They haven't figured it out yet. Annoys it. All right. Oh, one more thing. Put on the Allen block. Oh, that's just marvelous. Other than a couple of little spots there. Got some sting on that, but the rest of the face is just as smooth as can be. That's just an unusual treat for me. All right, whoops. Got to do all of it, don't I? I can't do one part and leave another part go. Okay. I'm going to get finished up here, rinse out the brush, and pack my gear and get out of here. So thank you for joining me. It's been a little minute here, and so thanks for sticking with me. And I'll get it posted up hopefully before I cross over into Canada in about 4 or 5 hours. Talk to you later. See you down the road.